If you wanted to destroy a bridge, your first instinct would probably be to overload it, add more trucks, more people, more carriages, essentially more weight. That feels intuitive. Weight is visible, it feels threatening, and looks like the enemy. But if you packed overloaded trucks bumper to bumper on top of each other on a properly designed bridge, chances are it would survive. Yet, history records bridges tearing themselves apart on calm days under normal traffic with nothing dramatic happening at all. No explosion, no impact, just the wind. And that shouldn't make sense. But you see, when we say bridges fight weight, it means they fight gravity. Fortunately, gravity is honest. It pulls straight down, it doesn't change its mind halfway through the day, and engineers love that. They can calculate it, predict it, overbuild for it. That's why ancient stone bridges are still standing after thousands of years. It's why Roman arches, medieval crossings, and modern concrete span all follow the same basic idea, which is take the load, spread it out, push it into the ground. The weight press, the bridge will respond. Very simple. So if bridges almost never fail because of weight, the real question becomes, what are they really afraid of? Well, wind isn't a single force. It doesn't just push. It fluctuates, it separates, it curves around edges and sheds vortices behind structures. And most importantly, wind repeats itself over and over and over again. Not strong enough to break anything, not fast enough to look dangerous, but consistent enough to matter. Wind doesn't try to push a bridge down, it tries to get the bridge to dance to death. And this boils down to how every structure has a natural rhythm. A preferred weight wants to vibrate if disturbed. Tap a glass and it rings, pluck a guitar string and it hums. Even something as massive as a bridge or a skyscraper has its own version of that same behavior. You don't notice it, but it's there. Most of the time, the force from the world, wind, traffic, footsteps, are random. They hit the structure at different speeds and strengths, so the motions cancel out or fade away. Nothing dramatic happens. But if a force arrives at just the wrong rhythm, which is the exact frequency the structure prefers, something different begins to happen. Instead of the motion dying out, it reinforces itself. It's just like pushing someone on a swing at just the right moment, over and over, until they are soaring higher than they ever intended. In 1940, the Tacoma Narrows Bridge opened in Washington State. It was elegant, lightweight, efficient, engineered perfectly for weight. Then a steady wind arrived, flowing across the deck, and the bridge began to move and twist. Slowly at first, then more noticeably. Cars crossed it while the roadway rolled beneath them like a wave. Nothing had snapped, nothing was overloaded, the bridge was simply dancing. What made Tacoma Narrows dangerous was simply feedback. As wind flowed over the bridge deck, it created alternating low pressure vortices on either side. Those vortices applied a repeating twisting force. The bridge responded by moving, which strengthened the vortices, which increased the motion. It became a loop, until one final oscillation exceeded what the structure could tolerate, and the deck tore itself apart. The bridge failed without being overloaded. It failed because it got into an entanglement with the wind and lost control of it. And the lesson kept repeating. In the year 2000, London opened the Millennium Bridge, and pedestrians loved it until they started walking. The bridge began to sway side to side. People instinctively adjusted their steps to stay balanced. Their synchronized movement reinforced the motion. More sway caused more synchronization. More synchronization caused more sway, until luckily the bridge didn't collapse. But it had to be shut down temporarily, not because it was weak, but because it was being driven into resonance by people. By now, the pattern is clear. Weight tests strength, wind tests behavior, and behavior is harder to predict. So engineers adapted. They stopped trying to make bridges rigid. Rigid structures fight motion, flexible structures absorb it. Modern bridges are shaped to let wind pass through them instead of wrapping around them. Decks are slotted, girders are streamlined, cables are tuned. Some bridges even carry massive hidden weights called tuned mass dumpers that move in opposition to the structure, quietly stealing energy from oscillations before they can go. The goal isn't to stop movement, it is to stop feedback. Bridges aren't just structures anymore, they are systems, designed not just to carry weight, but to behave gracefully when disturbed. Because the most dangerous forces don't arrive all at once, they arrive patiently. Thanks for staying to the end. I really appreciate you spending these few minutes with me. If you enjoyed this, you might like the video on your screen right now. And if you'd like to stick around for more stories about the strange ways the universe behaves, please consider subscribing. Stay positive out there.